Hey everybody, it's Faith. Today's video is part of a collaboration with some other YouTube moms here, and I'm very excited to participate in this one because we're going to be talking about different challenges that we've had to overcome in our homeschool, and we're all going to be talking about different ones, so make sure you check out the playlist below to see what all the other moms talk about, and yeah, we're just going to get into it. I know that the lighting is weird because I am outside and I'm kind of in the shade, so if I look a little shaded, I'm sorry, but my tripod has gone missing, so we're doing the best that we can over here, and it's a little bit of a struggle bus. But I love being outside, especially when I'm talking about my subject for today, and that is how to fit in fitness into your homeschool or make time for fitness. And now before you click off of the video, I understand it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I do have a few tips for those of you who maybe are struggling with this. Backing up a little bit, what I used to do was pack up the kids a couple times a week. We would go like 3 times a week and actually take the kids to a gym here in our neighborhood where they had childcare. So we would do a little bit of school in the morning, go to the gym, I would get my workout in, then we would come home, have lunch, and then go finish up whatever school we had to do. And that worked all right for a little while, but it wasn't great for us. I always felt like we were rushing. I was rushing through school and rushing to the gym and rushing back, and everything always felt rushed. So it worked, but not great. But then COVID happened, and it made me kind of revisit what I was doing and reevaluate because the gyms were not open anymore. So what I started to do was I created a YouTube morning playlist. So this is like a warm-up in the morning before we have school. So we eat our breakfast and then I turn on my kids' YouTube playlist. Now this is something that I've put together ahead of time that pertains directly to what we're doing for school that day. So for instance, if we are doing an art study that day, I will have videos put together about that particular artist, maybe some draw with me's or whatever it is that we're learning about. It could be anything from art to science to history to you name it. There's so much educational content available on YouTube. You just have to kind of look for it, and then you can put it together in your own playlist so that your kids aren't seeing anything that you don't want them to see. Several videos together so that I have a decent amount of time to get a workout in. So I turn it on for them, and then I go into my bedroom and either hop on the treadmill or do a workout video or whatever I'm doing that day so that I have time to get my workout in. And then when I'm wrapping up, they're usually wrapping up their video and we're ready to jump right into school. They're warmed up, their minds are already going because we've touched on the topics that they're going to be learning about that day, which makes them super excited about it. And everybody's just kind of ready to go. So that's why we call it our YouTube morning warm-up playlist. Now I understand that not all families are okay with screen time, and I totally get that. That's fine. This is just what works for us. My advice would be just to make sure you're carving out some time, whether that be in the morning before you start school or perhaps in the afternoon, depending on when you like to exercise. Just make sure your kids have something that they can do. So if that's strewing toys, having them do like a quiet reading time, or whatever the case may be, just make it a priority, plan on it, because if you don't have a plan, you're gonna fail. It's not gonna happen. Or the other option would be to work out with your kids. I personally do not like doing this. I'm an introvert, so I don't really like to work out with my kids, but you could totally do that if that's something that works for you. I need the time for myself, so it works better for all of us if we just have that time separately. But if you wanted to, you can absolutely work out with your kids. There's a lot of things available on YouTube if you need resources or something to kind of guide you, and you could do like a workout video together. Or again, if you don't want them to have screen time, you could, come up with a plan yourself. You can come up with some really fun and creative ways just to get them moving. It could be as simple as going for a walk together as a family, or as something as elaborate as pretending that you are different animals and acting that out in your living room. You just have to use your imagination a little bit and get your body moving. Teaching our kids to make their health a priority is a great thing to start implementing early in homeschool. Best and most important advice that I would give anybody who's trying to incorporate some fitness into their homeschool day is remember that a little bit is better than nothing. So even if you only start out with 5 minutes a day, that is better than just sitting on the couch for those extra 5 minutes. So get up, take a walk, stretch, do some yoga, do some jumping jacks, do something, and little by little you can always increase that and build it up. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Again, make sure you check out that playlist because everybody's going to be talking about different topics, and I'd love to hear in the comments below what is the hardest thing that you've had to overcome in your homeschool. So be sure to subscribe and hit that little bell, that way you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Is it me? I already got stung once today. To start, it's a really great thing to implement. Blah, 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 blah. I'm filming because I don't have a tripod.